everyone, we're here.
What's going on? We're here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So excited to check it out. My personal favorite park in Southern California. Well, so far California in general, but I've only ever been to Southern California. Excited to check it out. How about you?
Ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
Now, of course, being that this is Six Flags Magic Mountain, the park with the most roller coasters in the world, not only America, the United States, or North America, in the world. There's a lot to cover here, a lot to ride here. We've been here before, we've gotten majority of the credits, so we won't be riding everything, but we will hit up most of the majority of the rides. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty busy day, but we got the Flash Pass nonetheless, so we'll be all right. And hopefully we're in for a good day.
Let's go.
Zombies.
What'd you think about Goliath?
The end? What is that called?
The brake run?
Yeah, was not it. I was not expecting that. I don't know, it felt like something was wrong. But the ride was fun. It was pretty fast.
Yeah, she's referring to, on the brake run, the brakes hit separately. It's almost like if you were driving a car coming to a stop and you hit the pedal real hard, let it go, hit the brake pedal real hard again, let it go. And yeah, exactly, just like that. For me, it's all right. I think the entrance is cool though. I like that. That's dope.
It's not one of the best rides here, I don't think.
Yeah, definitely not. Especially for the time being of when it opened, you went for a hyper record breaker, and that's what they came up with.
Yeah. Well, not that I know what you're saying.
So, but yeah, the entrance is dope, but the attraction itself, not much to it. So, let's see what we got next. As you can tell by some of the decorations and decor they have out, they do have Fright Fest currently going on. Besides walking through and past some of the scare zones, we won't be participating in any of the haunted houses and mazes that they have. Next up, Twisted Colossus. Let's check it out. After what should have been a much shorter wait, we finally got on Twisted Colossus. What'd you think?
Still not better than Wildcat's Revenge.
If you haven't picked up by now, that is her favorite, not only RMC, but her favorite coaster that she's ever ridden in general. That is her number one. So I thought it was
fun still.
It was a very solid attraction.
We got to race at least.
We got our duel in, and you can definitely see, being that we've done this before, you can feel how much different it is. Yes, the ride itself is obviously the same, but that dueling just adds another factor to it, so much more to it. The entertainment and the interaction between the other train, the other guests, adds so much more to this ride, and it's unfortunate that it doesn't happen as often as they intended to when building this thing. But it was a great attraction nonetheless. We got Scream over here, which we are going to skip out on, as it is a mirror image, mirror clone to Medusa at Great Adventure, which we've been on plenty of times. So we're gonna go ahead, and I think we're gonna go from one RMC to another and check out Wonder Woman. Not too bad so far, other than Tatsu. she asks me on the brake run, is this a clone of Jersey Devil?
No,
Mind
I said, is this an exact clone of the Jersey Devil?
And I told you no, right?
Yep.
But mind you, I had explained this to her previously before, but whatever. Anyways, pretty solid attraction, always good at night. I would like to point out though, everybody talks about how loud Superman is, and it is loud because you hear it all over the park. And you don't hear Riddler all around the park, but that B&M roar is pretty loud. Riddler's got to be second place for sure. On to the
I like
next.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's solid. On to the next.
He doesn't like these rides.
Presented by Snickers. Don't forget it. Well, we're gonna go right ahead and skip Riddler's Revenge because I might still want kids in the future, and I've already got the credit. Been there, done that, never again. We're gonna go ahead and skip Batman the Ride because it's a clone, another B&M invert. Already got the credit. I'm willing to look past it. On to the next. Well, we make our way up onto Gold Rusher. We'll also be skipping out on Ninja. We don't feel like walking up Samurai Summit, and the Magic Mover is closed, as well as Superman is closed. So it's not worth it just for Ninja. Again, got the credit, been there, done that. Maybe another time, but not on today's visit. Gold Rusher at night, how was it?
I couldn't see anything.
That's the best part.
I thought I was gonna fly out of my seat. Guess what? Disappointed, I didn't. Even though the lap bar was like twice as high as me, because there was like two big people on our
train.
Our
car. So what she's referring to is every car in the train, every singular car has 3 rows, and in the 3 rows all the restraints click in together. Well, it really didn't matter the size, actually, now that you mention it. That's the furthest it was gonna go.
Oh, well.
That's just the position it goes. It's a very open and free restraint, so she expected to have some airtime, but that's just not the nature of Gold Rusher. But, you know, GP. But the ride at night was pretty dope though, can't lie. It was a fun experience. Definitely the darkness back there is real dark back there, adds a lot to the ride experience.
You were in the woods. That's exactly what it is. If you ever find yourselves in the woods, in the dark, on a roller coaster, that's the difference.
It's pretty dope. So if you're here, then who's in there? West Coast Racers. What'd you think?
Why do you always ask me first?
I don't know, but you know what? All right, I'll take over. So check this out. West Coast Racer is good for what it is. It's, to me at least, it's a middle ground. It's to step above maybe your first thrill coaster, but I think it's a ride that can bring families together nonetheless.
It was fun, nonetheless.
Are you mocking me? See, it's crazy how the ones that should be your biggest fans are your biggest haters.
No one's hating.
debatable. West Coast Racers was dope nonetheless. On to the next. Should they update Apocalypse's theme so it could match with the underground? Let me know what you guys think. This looks pretty cool with the fog and at night. Great special effects. Before we tell you our thoughts on Apocalypse, let's go ahead and take a moment and talk about the general public. So me and her, we got the front row on Apocalypse, and we're there, everybody's filing in, their riders are getting off, the new riders are coming on, and then this guy, general public, I'm not sure, there goes Apocalypse, I'm not sure if he was in line and just not getting on, but was with his family. Focus, there we go. Or I don't know what his intentions were, but he was trying to figure out how to cross to the other side of the station while every row was filled. So he was ready to cross right in front of the train right before an employee stopped him, which, I mean, the train wasn't moving, but obviously you just don't do that. I don't know, the general public, they got a different way of thinking, I guess. Anyways, with that being said, Apocalypse, it was one good airtime moment. That was about it. What'd you think?
Not my favorite.
Speechless.
No.
No?
Not my favorite. The restraint just kept getting tighter and tighter at the end of the ride. I just couldn't breathe. It's just on my stomach.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan. But yeah, nonetheless, doesn't do much for me. On to the next.
Did they ever be doing it?
We just got off of Tatsu, right?
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Fly at the speed of fear. I like that. That's pretty dope. What'd you think?
The part where you don't actually know the height of the ride, where you're like facing down, looking at the floor is pretty scary.
Yeah, I love the GP. She's talking about when you're at the top of the lift hill and you're cresting over, you're no longer looking down at the hill that the station is built upon. You're looking down at the path below, so you're much higher than the actual height of the ride itself. It's great though. That pretzel loop, of course, everybody knows about that. That's the world famous pretzel loop on Tatsu. Please focus. Thank you. But nonetheless, definitely one of the best flyers. Actually, I think it might be my favorite flying coaster, at least that I've ever been on.
I've only been on 2, right?
Well, you've been on Superman and the clone of Superman. You've been on Mana.
3. Oh wait, Mana?
In Orlando, SeaWorld Orlando. I would say this is my #1 B&M flyer. On to the next. We're almost there to X2, my #1 coaster. That's the only. If that was the only ride here, I'd still make the trip out. Let's get it. This is what I love to see.
What we've been waiting for.
Yes, what we've been waiting for. Let's get it. It's time. So excited. Three rides later on X2. And I'll tell you what, that thing is incredible. That thing is a beast. The beast at Kings Island is just a beast by name. But this is the real beast here, X2. Amazing. Number 1. What'd you think about it? X2.
It's your favorite, not mine. But it's still pretty good.
How was your experience?
On the 7th row, the first turnaround where you flip,
coming off the main drop.
my legs went like completely forward towards my body and that freaking hurt. Other than that, it was pretty good. It's pretty solid.
7th row definitely recommended over the first row. First row's cool
yeah,
and all,
sure.
but the 7th row, the way you get just flung
Whipped.
over and whipped
Yeah.
over that first hill and all the elements.
Besides the leg part.
Well, that was just you though, you know.
You didn't feel that?
No, not really. I enjoyed it. But you just get whipped through every element that this thing throws at you. Number 1, top tier, worth the trip alone. If everything else happened to be closed for whatever reason, X2 is worth the trip alone. Now I think we're gonna go ahead and check out Viper. Hell no. Fun, but nope. Not even open today. I'm actually a big fan of this one, but nope.
I was thinking in October.
It's good, but nope.
How many did it sleep?
Ah, yes. It's a real shame that it's the only one that doesn't have a light shining on it when it deserves it the most. The closest thing that lives up to this. At least at this park. While there are a lot of people at the park, seems like most of them came for the haunted houses and attractions because even with or without the Flash Pass, lines have been pretty dead, right?
Station waits.
With the exception of Tatsu, everything else, no lines, all walk-ons. So this might be the time of year. I mean, I don't know how it looks on other weekends. It's a Friday today. This might just be the time of year to take advantage. If anybody's interested in making a trip out to Magic Mountain. Just got off of Viper, which is not a very good attraction.
That's one of those rides that gives you a headache every time you go on, so.
Absolutely, the headbanging.
You can only go on it once.
Well, we had a good laugh because she was complaining about the over-the-shoulder restraints, and I mentioned All-American Triple Loop at Indiana Beach and how bad that was when we got on it. So we had a good laugh about that. Never, yeah.
Never.
Even now, they removed the over-the-shoulder restraints, and I still don't think I would give it a second chance. We got off of it one time and one time only, never again. But back to Viper. Of course, there was the Great American Scream Machine previously at Great Adventure. I never got a chance to personally ride it, so this is the closest thing to it. But I don't miss it, not even for the credit. It's not it doesn't feel like a credit missed out on when it comes to the Great American Scream Machine, just based on what Viper's showing us. So, on to the next. We just got off of the new Revolution or the classic Revolution, whatever you want to call it. It seems like the park themselves don't even know. But as for our thoughts, I thought it's a solid attraction. It's dark now, so that was pretty dope going through. It's all dark, can't see, even with the white track, you don't know what's next. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was pretty dark. Couldn't really see anything or where we were going, so it was a mystery the whole time. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, and of course you have the one singular loop, the one inversion.
Yeah.
But
the
one singular version. But of course, this being a pioneer when it comes to that, and being built in the 70s is real smooth. It's a real good family attraction and an overall classic. So we're gonna go with the Classic Revolution. Sound good?
Classic Revolution.
We gotta make the decisions for the park because they can't seem to make them for themselves. On to the next. Got off of our last ride of the night on Full Throttle, which has an okay launch followed by an amazing vertical loop. What's funny?
You didn't see her?
No, I did not. An amazing vertical loop with amazing hang time. What'd you think?
I like the launch. I like going backwards, but I don't like the noise in the tunnel.
She doesn't like the Crazy Train laugh by Ozzy Osbourne. That's what she's referring to. But it was a great ride nonetheless. Great attraction. It's very simplistic, but it does a lot. It's very enjoyable, very short ride, but enjoyable, re-rideable. Overall, just a fun experience.
Hit me. Hit me. Mississippi putting it down.
We're here at the Six Flags Emporium, and of course I'm looking for all things X2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it a 4th dimension coaster, not a 5th? We just couldn't resist. Might be almost $20. We're about to devour this, right? Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for another good day, great day at Six Flags Magic Mountain. You got any thoughts on your day today?
Pretty good. Exciting. Fun time, yeah.
No lines,
Yep.
not too hot, nice and cool weather, a little too cold for her, I guess, even though she's here eating this cold milkshake. It was a fun day overall. Like I said, no waits, 3 back-to-back rides on X2. Finally got on the left-handed side of the station. Took me a minute to figure it out. I've gone on this thing, what, 7 times now, I believe it is, or 8? 8? Yeah, 8 times now overall, and only 2 out of the 8 were on the left side. All other times were on the right side. Nonetheless, great attraction. My number 1 once again. It was a good day here at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and we'll see you on the next one.